Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time tuning in, please take this time to subscribe. Also like this video or share if you dare. But without further ado, we have a lot to get into, so let's dive right on in. Welcome to the Kenya P. Williams channel. I'm Kenya and I bring you all things Married to Medicine and reality TV. Now, y'all, these first few episodes have given us so much already, but the main thing we're noticing is that they are really centering this season around Dr. G and Sweet T. And we will get into our thoughts on all of that in due time, but it's so much involving Dr. G and T that Dr. Jackie, Simone, and Dr. Alicia are fading into the background. They're literally being overshadowed by Sweet T's premiere, Phaedra's grand entrance, Quad's responses and reactions, and Dr. Heavenly's live feeds and drama. But if you're not on social media like that, you might not catch all the tea, so that's why I'm here. So far, we've witnessed Letitia have multiple breakdowns on camera. One at the wine tasting, and the other one was at her bachelorette party. And don't forget about the semi-meltdown when she was out to eat with Dr. Heavenly. And we already predicted this. This small town girl being thrown into the mix with these veterans. We knew there was a possibility that she wouldn't make it out with her sanity intact. After all, she did say out of her mouth that she was a fan of the show and actively watched it, all the way up to her sending that baby emoji to Dr. G in his DMs. So she knew everyone well enough to know what she was signing up for before she signed up. Now, the people have been talking, and I won't necessarily call her a fan favorite, but no one had more to say about Sweet T more than Dr. Heavenly. So I did take the time to make a small compilation of all the things that I thought were necessary for you all to hear in case you missed it.
But my question to you is this. Why did you feel the need to text Quad the picture of you and Thirsty, aka Sweet T, aka Letitia?
Cause I'm ignorant. Cause I'm silly. Cause I'm messy. Because I'm heavenly. Cause I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Like, let's take a picture. And then the song I put with the text was, "You could get a piece of my love, dumb bitch." I think that Sweet T's upset because the blogs are saying what they saying in here. They don't like Sweet T. Sweet T is thirsty. Sweet T is here for the money. Sweet T is this, that, and the other. I said some things on the live I probably shouldn't have said.
What did you say?
I said her body looked like somebody 67 years old. But this girl crying about setting up a wedding. Greg paying for it. You got a party planner. People helping you. Bitch, what is you crying about?
By the way, I like Sweet T. I said it. Sweet T, if you're listening, I like you. Do I think you're thirsty? Yes, but I don't think that's a bad thing, right? You clearly have daddy issues, allegedly, because you're searching for a man to not only provide for you financially, you want him to provide for you emotionally. So the fact that here you are with this man paying 90% of the wedding, and you still want 10% of his input. You need to figure out who you are. You are young. You did slide in this man's DM while you was watching him on BravoTV.com, on Bravo, on the Shade Room, and you knew what you were getting yourself into.
I apologize to Sweet T for telling the truth. Like, I can't talk about nobody shaming nobody, but my whole thing is this. Everybody went through their first season. It's a rite of passage, bitch. Either you can make it or you can't. Quad had a mug shot. Mariah and Toya had a whole fucking fight. Like, that was hard. Like, you know what I mean? They ate my ass up my first season. I came in, I was fat, I was bigger. You know what I'm saying? You can body shame me. I don't give a damn. Like, that's what people gonna do. They gonna talk about your hair. They gonna talk about your makeup. Everybody came from the bottom and did better. Jackie hair was so thin you could see what was on her man.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just saying, like, everybody was quiet, looked a little bit more hood. You know what I'm saying? Phaedra did not look like the Phaedra she is right now. All right? And I said, well, if you were around 5 bad bitches, you gonna grow up. I ain't saying I ain't lacking nowhere. Understand that I am not lacking anywhere. But when I said bad bitches, I meant business and money. So if she can get through this, and get through this body shaming or whatever, everybody got ate up the first season. This your first season. There's a rite of passage. You got to be able to cut this. You can get through this. But then again, this girl 32, her man 55, and 32-year-olds are not as strong-minded, strong-willed as we were at 32. When I was 32, I had made $1 million and lost $1 million already. I was so much more mature at 32 than this 32-year-old little girl. And I keep calling the little girl, she called me her grandmama. Like, if I'm your grandmama, you marrying your granddaddy. Just understand that. Well, no. If you watch the episode, Phaedra actually went in on her saying that she had not a buttermilk biscuit, but a pancake ass, and she needed to get a buttermilk biscuit. Now, and in the world, if you watch Twitter, which I told the bitch, don't get on Twitter because your first season, the Quad got a solid fan base. So they automatically gonna come to you and compare to you to Quad. If Sweet Tea could muster this and get through this season, I think she would be great. It only costs $8,000 for a tummy tuck, and you can get a fat transfer on your ass for FOMO. So how do I know that?
You know, Dr. Heavenly.
You know what I'm saying? I refer you to my doctor, okay?
Did you get a fat transfer?
Yeah. I've done all of that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I give you the name. I said all that in my live, but the people know. But my whole thing is, it only take her one mango season and she'll be bad. Like, a lot of these people on this show say they didn't get the work done, but I'm gonna go on the edge and say all of them, if not most, I'm gonna say most, because y'all gonna fall out with me. Most people on this show, all of them, then had some work done.
She fits right in. To me, she fits right in. And I must say, I'm looking forward to seeing more of her.
Now, I'm gonna have to disagree with you and disagree with you at the same time. Sweet Tea fits with this group? Absolutely not. However, Sweet Tea will benefit from this group, and what Sweet Tea is in this group, and we see and we get this country bunking together, she's not gonna want Dr. G anymore. The reason I invited Sweet Tea to get on the show is because when I met her, I thought, honestly, I'm gonna just be honest with you, Carlos, you getting it out of me. I thought, listen, this girl gonna be hilarious, because if she come up against Quad finna eat this bitch alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't believe, and she talked shit. She talked
about
shit.
Quad?
Oh yes, she did a whole vlog about how she had to get the demons out of her house after Quad left, and that's why I posted Quad's house. Like, bitch, you do not know who you with.
Are you saying to me, Thirst Tea, aka Sweet Tea, are you saying to me, not only is she a fan of Merited Medicine, she slid in Dr. Gregory's DM with a baby emoji, she also is a student at Dr. Heavenly University?
Yes.
Y'all, not either they aren't doing a good job on showing us who this lady really is, or she's actually this clueless. Y'all recall the school days where you walk past a group of girls and they're all talking about you, and you can tell by the looks that they're giving you and the snickering. Well, T is one of those people who doesn't notice the girls making fun of her and still wants to be friends with them. So far, all I can do is cringe at her and her interactions on the show, and that will have you either feeling bad for her one minute and then ready for her to get on somewhere the next. And with mentioning all of this being an initiation of some sorts, that means she's going to have to brace herself and get it together. If she doesn't, she won't make it to the next season. But I will say this, there is potential for her being on here, because we can see her desperation and her authenticity. She's not so quick to be like the rest of them. That makes me proud that there are still some women out there like that too. Team natural, if you get what I'm saying. Stay true to yourself, y'all. To each his own, but don't let anyone make you feel inadequate or inferior based off of what you don't have or do have, especially if the person spewing the negativity has plastic parts. I'm just saying. But with all these opinions of mine, the main one I've often pondered is between Dr. G and T was, who idea was it for her even to be on the show? They answered that for us. Here's a few more thoughts Quad and Dr. Heavenly had on a recent live with B. Scott.
Well, let me ask you a question, Heavenly. That brings me to this. Did T want you? So you know this. You were out and frolicking around with the people down to the Instagrams and giving people a piece of your love and all of those kind things you were doing. So, did T want to be a part of the show, or was it my ex-husband who wanted to be a part of the show?
Now that's an interesting conversation, because initially she said he didn't want to be a part of the show, and she did, and then later on she said he really wanted to be a reality star and she didn't. So it's kind of mixed up, because I guess one of them had to be a lie, but initially she said it was him that did not want to do it, and then she said it was him that did want to do it. So we got both answers from her.
Well, I can say this. I can remember when my ex-husband wants to be famous. Let me just state that for the record. And I'm going to give you an example to back that up. I remember when that little thing happened between myself and Lisa Nicole Cloud. I was done. I had been in corporate America before, and no one has ever thrown anything in my face, and it was most definitely not celebrated. So I wanted to take a step back. I did. I said, listen, I'm done with this. I don't understand this whole, how this thing is working. This is not my ministry. And I told my ex-husband, I'm done with this. I don't want a part of this reality TV show shit anymore. And he said, well, I said, so I quit. I'm done. He says to me, well, if you quit, Quad, what does that mean for me? And I said, Gregory, people will still recognize you, and you'll be out.
Why did you do his voice like that? Why did you do his voice like that? Nah, I'm gonna need you to stop that now.
Do you want me to give him Barry White? The wife sat down with Kimes. The wife sat down with Kimes and said, some of that stuff that Quad said is true. Some of that stuff, and Quad is right about truth things. Well, what is she writing me this one? What is she writing about? What do you think, like, look? You control, the whole thing we said, or the house we broken into, and because I didn't turn on the alarm.
That girl gonna beat your ass, Quad. And
So did you ultimately end up going to the wedding?
I don't know if I can say it, but yes, I was in there. Okay. Yeah, I was in there. Yeah, yeah. They tried to pull it, but production was like, listen, y'all can't have this wedding without Heavenly here. So they made me come in. Yes. And I was ready to go. Me and Damon was out the door. Trust and believe. I had other shit I could have been doing. Listen, and the wedding was so quick. Quad's wedding, I ain't trying to be funny, y'all. And y'all think I be Jonah. Quad's wedding was so much more put together. Her shit was at the Four Seasons. Her stuff was just more luxurious. It's like the second time around, the man, I guess he didn't put much input into it because it was his second time. But it was just not, it wasn't that. It was okay.
But also,
I'm a fair believer in fixing yourself before venturing into a new relationship. Material things can't fix you. Kids won't fix it either, but you have to work on yourself first. This is a perfect example as to what happens when you don't. It appears that a lot of the same issues that Dr. G had with Quad, he's having in this relationship as well. And we can easily say poor T, but she literally knew this man before she met him. She knew his ex-wife, what his career was, what his house looked like, almost everything there's to know about a person when you initially start dating them. She knew already because she was a fan of the show first, which is kind of weird if you ask me, but let's switch gears and let's get into Miss Quad. Okay, so as we know, the whole first episode we had to go without her. We were left with rumors, assumptions, and speculations on where she was. No one can honestly say that Quad needs to leave this show. And the proof is in the pudding, and I'm gonna tell you why. Quad revealed the winner of her contest during the first episode. The winner guessed 54 as the amount of times Quad was mentioned in the first episode alone. Love her or hate her, but this show needs her. She's admitted that she initially felt betrayed when they brought Dr. G back with his new spouse. But she since mentioned multiple times in different interviews that it's about the money. That although all of this does seem to be at her expense, it is raking in the ratings, thus more views. Which is what I've stated in previous videos as well. Quad is a businesswoman and intelligent enough to understand the bigger picture here, which is the money. So after all that's said and done, I will understand if after all this, Quad keeps everyone at an arm's length, out of fear of who's real and who she can trust or not. They not only placed Dr. G and T on the show to antagonize a reaction out of Quad, but it appears that they're making every episode about them, making an already awkward situation more weird. And then it makes it look like they don't know where to place Quad. I mean, her showing up to the bachelorette party, really? In what world does that actually happen? And everybody definitely knew it was going to take place, and that was staged. You can tell just based off everybody's faces. But let me just say, based off of what we know about Quad, I am proud of the amount of class she showed, because they've really been going in on her, especially Toya. That's Scar and Mufasa for real. Toya bringing up that DUI was like, why, girl? Now the DUI has been semi-clarified, and I'll let y'all be the judges on why I said semi.
Whatever. But what they talked about was Quad's DUI, and she kind of let it to rest about the DUI. She said yes, she was pulled over. They requested I guess a breathalyzer. She refused it. They took her down. I don't know anybody I ever known to get a breathalyzer and they refuse the breathalyzer, they automatically get a suspended license. Now ain't nobody saying that. I don't know what, you know what I mean? Just saying the people that I know. Maybe Quad know people on a higher level because the world ain't fair. But anybody I know ever got stopped. But anyway, she say she got a license, so You know, she said that it was all expunged. She said it all went away, so we ain't talking about it no more. So
then Quad herself with Phaedra says she was cited, which means she stood before a magistrate, but she didn't go into further details. Speaking of Toya though, these ladies have had an ongoing beef since the Jurassic period. All the way back to season 1, episode 1, Quad and Toya have been feuding. Ever since then, it's been a clash of the titans. So it really shouldn't surprise us at all how hard she's coming at her this season. A little harder than usual, if I'm honest. I mean, just listen to her again at this dang party when Quad showed up. Just listen.
Emily, that's your friend now?
oh my God,
That's your friend now?
I ain't just having her.
I'm about to throw up in my mouth. Why is she here? I'm trying to really understand how the why I ended up walking through the door when she wasn't invited. Phaedra, you a messy bitch. She said sit next to her, Quad. That's weird.
Well, you know.
Can I be real? You. How is that possible that you've never met this girl in your life and she just pops up at your bridal shower? And a week ago, you were saying, well, you didn't want us to even bring up her motherfucking name. And then she comes and you say, come sit next to me.
Then why I did not want them to bring up your name was because it was my engagement party.
Well, bitch, what the is this? You're sitting there being choo-choo, chummy, chum, as if she's your bestie.
Where have you been?
You don't care, Simone. Stop it. Okay, well, here's the deal. This is what I would like to see happen.
I want to know what Toya want to see happen.
It's just very awkward.
This is my bed.
No, it's not. It's mine. I'm doing it for you. And so let's be clear. Quad, as much as we would all like to catch up and figure out why we all got issues with Quad, this is not the time or place. And Phaedra, can you walk your friend out? Walk her out, Phaedra.
Y'all be good?
I mean, is Quad showing up weird? Yes. With gifts too. But Letitia welcomed her in though. Man, I just hope Letitia got a redo on her bachelorette party because that one was all over the place. Lastly, I want to discuss Miss Phaedra. Thing one is the fact that her man wasn't shown on the show and rumors that they aren't even together anymore. Same apparently with Quad. The guy we seen as her boo on the show, they aren't together. Now, many would want to know if Phaedra is no longer dating a doctor anymore, what would be her purpose on the show? Well, the simple answer is there's not one. Aside from her existing relationship with Quad and the limited impact she's had on the show thus far, she wouldn't really have any place on the show anymore. But ultimately, in my opinion, Phaedra definitely brings something to the show. Prior to this, I've never tuned into anything Phaedra was on, and I was only familiar with her because of that infamous Kenya read. However, since she's been on the show, it has brought something, and whatever it is, I love it. She's not super confrontational, but she will put you in your place, baby. Dr. Heavenly said it perfectly when she said this.
She reads them classically. Like, I had to get up out my goddamn seat. I was like, oh, bitch, what? It was, I had my popcorn. I was like, y'all gonna leave Phaedra alone. Like, I tiptoe around Phaedra ass. I think I'm gonna say we tiptoe around each other, but I do tiptoe around her because she threatened to turn my damn YouTube off. And I was like, bitch, I live for Phaedra Parks because I ain't never met no bitch like that before. She's a Scorpio, but she's so, for lack of a better word, cunning.
Yes.
And you don't know what the bitch thinking, but you could see her working, her man working, but you could see through her bullshit. But honestly, this is my thought, and I don't know. She can't give a damn. She can't give a damn. Like, do what you need to do, Heavenly, because I don't, you know what I mean? Do what you need to do. But keep it cute, sis. That's what I get from her. Keep it cute. Do what you do, Heavenly. I see what you're doing. It's good for the show. I like it, but keep it cute.
But woo,
Okay.
yes, those are my thoughts. Now, y'all, I was extremely concerned that I wouldn't get all of this out, but I did. A lot of research, screen recording, and being nosy went into this video, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, follow these simple instructions. First, like, then comment, then subscribe if you haven't already, and share if you dare. I can't wait to hear what you all have to say. I live for the comment section. If you catch me early enough, I will respond. Also, don't forget to follow our new IG and Facebook pages. But until next time, I love you, cousins, and bye.